Hello everyone, it's Xenia here, and in today's video I would like to share with you a layout I created using a kind of like a fall themed, fall inspired color palette from my favorite Altenew crisp dye inks and artist markers. The first step was to use the hexagon stamp set from the Geoframe stamp and stamp a bunch of hexagons around my layout using the different colors. And by the way, the colors I picked for this fallish color palette are Arctic, Sapphire, Caramel Toffee, Grapevine, and Rouge. All these colors already have coordinating alcohol markers, the artist markers. So my point was I stamped the hexagons using the inks and then I went and colored them in using the coordinating alcohol markers. And if you see my background, you see that the alcohol doesn't spread smoothly, but I tested it beforehand and I really liked this kind of pattern look. It kind of leaves a very distinctive texture on the paper, and I kind of liked it. I thought that going too smoothly with a completely solid color on this page will make the design dull. So I intentionally tried to keep my alcohol markers a little bit streaky, if you want to call it, to leave a pattern on my paper. Now I am using the Anemone Cornaria stamp set. This is a Build-A-Flower stamp set. And I really love this set because it has the outline images and then only one layering image that goes on top of it to kind of add the impression of shadow and color. And it's super fast and easy, and it has a relatively abstract look to it. So I really love it. Again, I'm using the exact same ink colors. So I'm doing some blues on the leaves with the Arctic and Sapphire, and then I'm using my reds and pinks and oranges for the flowers. I mix and match the colors a little bit because the flower images have the center, which is also like, you can say it's like a third layering image. So I try to do different combinations of my warm colors for the flowers. So let's say when I did the orange flower there, I went for, I think on this one I went for like a dark red center and kind of played around with these combinations. There you see I finished all the stamped images and I die cut them with the coordinating dies. And for my photo I also used, well, not also, for my photo I used the coordinating dies for the Geoframe set. So I basically cut it into a hexagon, the exact same shape and size as the hexagons I stamped on my background. And then comes the fun part, which is basically arranging the die-cut floral images around my page and kind of creating a fun finished page. Now what I tried to do here was I tried to avoid overlapping the same colors too much. I have that rouge flower very near the rouge hexagon, but you know, it's just touching on the edge. I tried to not to overlap the same colors too much because I wanted my flowers to stand out and I didn't want them to blend in on the hexagons of the background. Now for the title I used some sentiments from the same stamp set, the Anemone Cornaria, and I believe I stamped it in permanent black crisp dye ink. This is usually the ink I reach for when I'm stamping titles and sentiments. And I'm just doing, you know, 2 lines with 2 different fonts just to keep it fresh and interesting. Now one final step I wanted to do, because I really love splatters, I decided to go with a jet black spray and this is the Altenew ink sprays, which I absolutely love. This is a very bold and scary ink spray to add splatters with. That's why I don't just flick the nozzle and let the splatters go anywhere. I am a little bit more intentional with my splatters. I touch the end of these little kind of like spray pipe, and basically I draw my splatters where I want them to be. And this finishes off my page. I really hope you enjoyed it. Just if you want links to all the products and to check more details about this project, make sure to visit the Altenew blog. And thank you so much for stopping by.